So we've determined that an abortion is just it's an unwanted pregnancy for whatever reason.
Yes.
Are miscarriages, stillbirths, and preterm births also just unwanted pregnancies?
It's an interesting way of viewing an unwanted pregnancy. So let's consider the abortion. Abortion is a choice made by one or both parents to take away the life of the individual. It's a purposeful choice made, and because the parents themselves are making that purposeful choice, of course, that is the severity of the consequences related to that. With regard to a miscarriage, and most parents who have a miscarriage do not want to have an abortion in their mind, and in their feelings they have a feeling like they usually badly want the child. What they don't realise is that their unloving emotions being projected at the child and the intensity of these emotions may actually cause the child to not be able to sustain a connection with its own body while it's in the womb. So in a way, it is a termination of a kind caused by the parents' emotions, although the parents themselves are probably completely unaware of what emotions that it is that is causing the problem, and therefore completely ignorant as to the underlying cause. So God certainly doesn't treat a miscarriage in exactly the same way as an abortion is treated in terms of the apportion of consequences. However, we need to understand, and this is where I feel knowledge on the planet is severely lacking, we need to understand the reasons why miscarriages occur and also stillbirths occur and so forth. And once we start to understand the reasons for these particular events, then we can resolve them completely. We can actually make sure they never occur. But that would involve the parents addressing some of their underlying unloving emotions that they have projected at the child throughout the pregnancy. And for many parents, there is a deep unwillingness to address those particular emotions, although some of those emotions do come out after the child has miscarried. Many times the emotions of the mother are expressed then, and some of those emotions are a lot about the mother not feeling like she can ever be a mother, and like a lot of them are quite selfish emotional reasons why the mother grieves, and that's a part of the release process of why the miscarriage occurred anyway. So if we look at the entire picture, every single thing associated with a child passing, even after they've born, is related at some point to some emotions inside of the parents. So if the child had an accident, if the child had a cot death or some other thing, they are related to the emotions of the environment. And if we understood that without judging it, then we'd be able to resolve the problems of the environment and therefore resolve all of these particular problems that a woman may have with pregnancy.
That's why we've never been able to resolve cot deaths.
And miscarriages and many other things. There's not a large understanding on the planet as to why a woman miscarriages, for example, when it could be quite easily determined once a person factors in the emotional projections going at the child from the parents and the role the child has before it's even born, that the parents begin to establish. And these particular things cause harm to the child, of course, and therefore that the child can't sustain its own energetic connection to the bodies, and therefore the bodies themselves die. And it's the soul that maintains the energy of the body, even inside of the womb. The soul of the child maintains the energy of the body inside of the womb. And if we had a better understanding of all of these things from a scientific perspective, then mankind would be able to easily resolve much of these problems that are associated with pregnancy and childbirth.